Welcome. Howdy. Okay, so this is a little bit off topic for saying that's a sort of a MGTOW type site-ish, but it is a man thing. It's just a man site, so yeah, I think it can go. Besides, it's my site, right? Now this is for you guys out there, obviously. I notice there's not a lot of feedback on this site too much. Not a lot of people say anything. The whole idea of the site is for people to get back, and talk. That's the whole idea. But that's up to you, of course. But this is the topic of this video. It's about women, sexy women. In other words, what I mean is, do they sound sexy? What I mean is, what to you is the sexiest language that when a woman speaks, right? You know what I mean? In the world that you think. And I'm going to go through a couple here and see what I'll tell you what I think and everything else, and then you hopefully will let me know what your one is, right? Now let's start with the United Kingdom. You know where that is, do you? It's a very small island, and whatever. And I'm starting there because many years ago, the English woman had some kind of a unique talk. The way she talked was a bit sexy, I'll be honest. They've lost it now, it's gone. So I'm not including them, right? For me, English woman speaking now, no, it doesn't really do anything for me, right? So that's the English woman out the whatever. Now we'll go to Canada, right? Canadian woman. G'day. Not really, no. And I've known many Canadian women. They're all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but it's just not sexy. You know what I mean by sexy, guys, don't you? Right? And also American women, not for me. They sound more like a police car, an old police car. To me, anyway. Especially the California birds, right? You know what I mean? So no, not for me, right? Okay, so let's go to, say, Brazil. Right, we'll just do a Brazil thing, and no, not for me. Brazilian women. I mean, I'm not talking about beauty here, guys. I'm not talking about what they look like or anything. I'm just talking about the way they speak, right? And they don't really do anything much for me there. So let's move over to, okay, let's go to Australia, right? Now, I will be honest that in Australia, I have seen quite a number of very naturally beautiful, attractive women in Australia. Now, mind you, it's probably very, very sparse of them there because there's a bit rugged a country and there's quite a lot of rugged women there too. But some of their when they talk, they can be very quite sexy indeed, I think personally. So that's on my list. Okay, Australian women, the very rarity of them. Indian women. No, not for me. No, it doesn't do anything for me, no. So let's go to, say, Asia. Well, we were in Asia and India, but let's do Asia. Let's do Japan. Japanese women. No, not for me. And here's a little thing for you young guys, in case you want to know, is that Japan is very for sexuality. They do like, apparently the women there like pain, right? And I think the men obviously do too, I don't know, but apparently they do. When I was in Asia, traveling all around Asia, this was the thing that other Asians used to say and know about Japanese women, and that they liked a lot of pain during the sex act and all that. I'm not into it, right? But I mean, there you go. Anyway, Japanese women, some of them are quite nice. I mean, they dress up in school uniforms all the time, even when they're whatever, but no, not for me, no. No, and basically all around the area, Vietnam and all that, no, that doesn't really do anything for me, the women, and same as China. China women don't, when they talk, it's just whatever. And, okay, tell you, Russia. Now, yeah, for me, Russian women, when they're talking, they're quite sexy. I mean, there's a lot of Russian women actually are very naturally good-looking women. So, yeah, for me, yeah. Let's go anywhere else. We got to go to African women. Africa, no, never really thought of that. Anyway, this is Spanish women. Now, Spanish women, yes, when they're young. When they're young, they talk quite sexy, they're quite fiery, and they look good, but they tend to, when they get a little bit old, they go, poof, they blow up, right? Now, nearly all of them blow up. Yeah, just look at the mother, right? But anyway, so the sexiest women that I think sound sexy, I'm talking about looks here, that sound sexy when they talk is, you got it, French women. Yeah, I went to France many, many times. And when women talk in France, they just are so goddamn sound so sexy coming out of their mouth. I mean, they might be talking about how they just got off the bus, but it sounds absolutely great. Do you know what I mean? So that's for me, Amal. That's the number one for me is French women, sort of speaking. I think number two would be Australian women. These are the only the attractive, naturally attractive ones, that is, right? And Spanish women when they're young, and Russian women occasionally. So that's my list. Well, a complete waste of time this was, and I'm glad we shared it with you. What's your guys? Come on, guys. What's your number one sexiest sounding language that comes out of a woman's mouth?